I swear I'm here. Fucking OBS changed something again. There you go. Thank you for letting me know. You get a point. I'm doing alright. How are you doing? Do I have tape over here? Could probably help with my initial layout. You're good? Good. Good! Good, Carlos. Good. There's some tape. Hi, Yambari. Oh, is this my affiliate anniversary? Thought it happened in May, so it's been 3 years. Hello, hello. Look at how much we've done in 3 years. Welcome in, everybody. To the tens of billions who are here, welcome. A stream that wasn't the anniversary, Twitch is just glitching out. Well, it was around this... I thought it was May, Yambari, when I hit affiliate. Hi, Snapback. How you doing, bud? I thought it was in May, but I don't really keep up with that stuff. So, like, it could have been late April, you know? But yeah, I'm not one to care about my anniversaries. Good, man. Nice to see you. Hope you've been well. We are, we've officially named my newest prop. We named the little devil thing. Here, I'll move it while I grab this tape anyways, but... We got that guy, little guy on the right. A wooden devil. Probably from Mexico. His name's going to be Joe Rogaine. Joe Rogaine. Is I think what the name's going to be. Oh, do you, Carlos? Yeah, this was in my mom's Halloween decorations. He's all flimsy and floppy, so he's actually... You could see the fishing wire that I have there. He's being held up by that fishing wire right now. Kevin can stand on his own, but... Yeah, that's, that little elf guy is Kevin Gamblin. Kevin Gamblin is his name. Loves Four Locos and Quaaludes. To a fault. There we go. Line this up. Yeah, sorry. He's leaning on the camera. But he can theoretically stand without that camera. Yeah, I set this up last night. This is the third one of the trip penises. Alright, sorry. Trip dicks. Sorry. Couldn't help myself. That goes with, I should probably have links ready. From my... What's a good way of doing this? This is the third in a set of paintings. We have, it's like with the Nosferatu Shadow one and with the St. James Trio one.
Wow, wow, wow.
Well, 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 Snapback. Thank you very much. What a name and a lifestyle. Go, no, you don't like Kevin. Don't look up to Kevin, Snapback. You could do so much better. All right. Hello in YouTube. I apologize, I cannot pronounce your name, but welcome in. YouTube, if you have any questions, please let me know. But yeah, we set this up yesterday. He's clearly winning at life. God. If that's winning, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what losing is. Is losing like being a Republican incel? Is this what Republican incels look up to as Kevin? All right. We got our viewfinder for today. Hi, Kate and Harold. Welcome in. So this is a 24 inch by 24 inch. So we made a square viewfinder to look at. So this is how when we set up props, everybody. This is one way you could place them for your painting, right? You look through one of these and you can see how it kind of lines up. So that's probably going to be how I set this up, or like how approximately where I paint stuff. So there you go, everybody. That's a viewfinder for you. Just the same aspect ratio. With a square, it's easy. You just go 1 by 1. But if you had like a 24 by 18, you just make it like a 3 by 4 inch, right? And you have the same aspect ratio. So that is the thing that it struck up. So I have a tripod and I duct taped a wooden rod to the top of it, and then I hung the fishing wire to hold up the wooden puppet. That is how it's currently rigged. So I just had a tripod up high, and then that, like, I put black tin foil around so the light, because I had to place the light's coming from like up downwards on them, so I didn't want it to hit the background because I want the background to be dark. So I put that black tin foil to block the light from hitting the back as well. Sorry, I just have to respond to a text. Okay. All right, all right. All right, we got paper towels. We got a viewfinder. Let's get our gloves, because we need to do some things. That's the last of this box, huh? Hi, Vito9. Hi, Amanda. I didn't even know. Snapback told me it was my affiliate anniversary. Didn't even know, but thank you. How are you, Amanda? Everybody, that's Amanda's camera that the perverts are using in this painting. Nerdos! I assure you, I am super cool, Vito. Hi, Omizu. How you doing, bud? All right. Welcome in, everybody. Son of a bitch. Amanda. How dare you? How dare you? All right, let's get the paint out, huh? What is taking place today? Do you see the photo? Here, that's our latest setup. That's the latest setup today. I will not. You didn't even get any loot, Amanda. Satan Spielberg. No, I'm naming the guy on the right Joe Rogaine. Joe Rogaine. You see, I'm clever. We have magenta. We need the wits. If I can find them. Where are my wits at? We need phthalo. Yellow, just the wits, huh? That is titanium white. Where's my lead? I didn't finish my lead last. Did it fall somewhere? There it is. All right, everybody. The palette port today is going to be revealed after a message from our sponsors. I do, Angel. How are you doing? Nice to see you. All right, we have titanium white, lead white. This is a bismuth vanadate yellow, not yellow lemon. I'm just trying to use this up. It's not that important. Yellow is not a prominent color here, except for the green. But on the initial layer, this yellow will suffice. When I need lemon yellow, I'll bring it out. We have pyrrole red. We have quinacridone magenta. We have ultramarine blue. We have phthalo blue. Burnt umber. Another color I'm trying to use up. This is just a Italian raw umber greenish. How you doing, Drez? Well, this is a part of the triptych. Not yet, Angel, but soon. Soon, Angel. Emaciated Red Batman? No, that's Joe Rogaine, Omizu. That's Joe Rogaine. Okay. So once again, we have our viewfinder here. Let's zoom out a little bit. So we're gonna use this to help locate. So this is probably gonna be somewhere around what the layout's gonna be. Like this, everybody. There you go. Doing fine, just drinking some chartreuse. Is that like a name of a wine? No, Joe Rogaine. Joe Rogaine, Omizu. Got you on Lurk. Well, sounds good, Vito. Have fun building that model. Alright, I'm going to leave it there while I put the paints out. Alright, you're at 3, Amanda. I've never even had ranch waters. I hear that's like what a lot of people like for drinking tequila. Right? That's just tequila and like soda, right? And like lemon or lime. I never enjoyed the taste. I mean, I haven't enjoyed the taste of any alcohol. Frankly. I'm not a drinker. I'm not what you call in the biz a alcohol head. Okay. Tequila and Topo Chico and a little lime. What's Topo Chico? God, this camera is not good at focusing. There we go. When I can afford a new webcam, I will get a new camera or figure out my camera situation better. Don't really need a lot of magenta. What's my name? I'm painting goodly. One, it's I'm painting badly, but my name is Nick. You can call me Nick if you'd like, Angel. It's naturally, it's a mineral oil that comes in. Okay, so it is kind of like a soda. Okay. That makes sense, Carlos. Oh, you still at work, Omizu? On a Sunday. Should be happy. I have no idea what you're talking about, Angel. You've been painting a lot recently, Omizu, or you've been streaming a lot more of your sessions painting. But good on you, bud. But you'll do. Good. I'm glad. All right, so we got to do a little bit more preparation to our paint, everybody. Because this is a 24-inch by 24-inch canvas, which is roughly 60 by 60 centimeters. All right, for the umbers and a few other paints, we're going to add a little bit of stand oil. By the way, guess what your favorite YouTuber... Guess what? You're my favorite YouTuber, you know one? Well, that's good to hear, Angel. I appreciate that. I think I should be everybody's favorite YouTuber. So thank you for leading the charge. That's a lot. That's okay. I'm adding stand oil here, everybody. So stand oil to certain of these paints. It will slow down the drying time, but the main thing it does is it adds a lot of flexibility and it adds gloss, so it can avoid sinking in issues. I'm trying to take advantage of time. It does, like, it gives it a more sticky texture. It really feels like honey, which is not the greatest feeling that for my preference. But if you're like glazing or you want really smooth layers, then you want to use stand oil, everybody. Stand oil has a natural ability to smooth out brush marks. Okay? And it's also archivally really good for your painting. Stand oil in general. Why? Because stand oil dries very flexibly. Flexible. Okay? It becomes a lot, makes the oil layer tougher. Thank you, Angel. I completely agree. Also, I should have... God bless me. I gotta add filler to a couple of these, too. Alright, well, I gotta add filler to this one. And the red. Okay. Have a great night, Angel. Thanks for stopping by. Nice to see you again. So I'm adding extra filler material to the phthalo blue. I'm adding just chalk and silica, basically in oil. It's transparent. It doesn't change the color. It just gives me more volume of paint. Okay. Silica is also pretty good for the oil layer that develops also. It just makes the paint weaker, but with phthalo blue, because it's so strong, you're not losing much. And that's the same with my Pyrrole red as well. So we add some filler to make it more manageable. We added some stand oil to help it stay glossy. And on the foundational layer, keeping the first layer flexible. It's very important for the long-term health of your painting. Also, only linseed oils. Nick, when are you streaming next? Probably right now, probably Tuesday, Angel. So in about 48 hours, I'll be streaming again. It's my magenta. Okay. There we go. Paint's prepped. Let's get a brush and get started. Have a great night, Angel. Rest well. Okay. All right, everybody. Let's get on to the painting. How you doing? Faded Fatima? Fatima? Faded Fatima? Is it Tima or Tuma? Faded Fatima? Well, thank you for making it in, Faded. I saw that you followed 4 days ago, so thank you for following me. You made the worst mistake of your life. Oh yeah, I gotta zoom out, I think. Nope, wrong way. Because you are now stuck here forever, Faded. You are now stuck here forever. There's no way out. There's only one way out, and you know what that is already. There's only one way out. What is this creepy painting? It's a setup. It's my latest setup. Father. It was Faded, true. I set this up yesterday with my props. I don't know what's creepy about this. I don't know what's creepy about this at all. But you were telling me you wouldn't want this up in your home? You wouldn't want this painting hung up in your home? Yamboree already said they're going to buy it for $3 million. Son of a bitch! Yamboree already promised $3 million for this one. Well, they're not puppets. They're people's souls who are in puppets. See, it's different. Yeah, I wouldn't want regular puppets who can't move. I wouldn't want those in my home. How are they going to pay rent if they can't move? All right. Got a brush. Okay. It's like a white on my brush. Yeah. Oh, we need oil. No contest today. Just gonna power through with friendship. With the friendship of my fists. Okay. Alright, this is just linseed oil and stand oil, everybody. Getting rid of some of the shit off my brush. Essentially cleaning off the brush right now. So I don't have a bunch of white. So you just get all this paint off. And we can still probably use that color for later, too. Yeah, where the hell is Maddie? Maddie did not request vacation time, so this is going to have to be a demerit. It's gonna have to be a demerit. Alright. So we got a pretty dark purple, oh, blue, I'd say. So we're gonna start. Well, good, faded. That is a black cloud that follows me around. So now let's look through our handy dandy viewfinder. I guess we can continue the green, so that doesn't matter. Okay. Just more paint on the floor, that's okay. Goddamn. Everything is blocking me from picking up this goddamn paintbrush. Okay. I mean, it's too bad, Yambri. I mean, you made the deal, okay? You made the deal. So I'm just gonna go around the edges a bit. I know. Well, I did find it weird that I am the one who's giving you the payday loan as well and charging you compounding 30% interest per month. But you know, once again, you agreed to this. I finance all my paintings, everybody. Yes. If you want to finance one of my paintings, I'll finance it. But boy, do I charge predatory interest rates. I mean, it should be just downright illegal. Don't fall. So pretty low down. Like we're gonna go down to like here, basically. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky. I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. Gotta be free, gotta be mean, gotta be everything more. Why don't you like me? Why don't you like me? Walk out the door. I'm just kind of marking out some important spots here. So this is like the bottom of the table. That might even need to go lower than that. So let's double check it. God, it probably does. Probably does. So Yanburi, you watched the draft? So this is 24 inch by 24 inch Mizu. So the previous one was 24 by 30, or the one with the hand on the ass was 24 by 36 inches. And the one with the 3 dopes, I think, was an 18 by 24. I was thinking about doing this one on a smaller canvas, but then I decided I'd rather just... Because frankly, nobody's going to buy all 3 of these things, so it's like they need to be like standalone good enough. What is this meant to convey? So, do you have Instagram faded? Okay, so if you go to my Instagram, I'll tell you the yeah, there's a link below too, but I'm going to show you. So I did, this is a third of a set of 3. So this is the first one. This is on 24 by 36. So this is the first, like, so these 3 paintings are meant to go together. So we have this one. Okay. Then we have this one. And so it's like ideally they would be on the same wall. So ass on the right, 3 dopes upper left of that, and these guys to the left of the 3 dopes. Or the St. James Trio, as I call them. I think it's a valid point. I did want to explain that there are other paintings that go along with this one, though. So yeah. Come up with your own meaning, and I will agree with it. I learned that from Damien Hirst. Who is the greatest artist to ever have lived, everybody. Listen, in my 4 or 5 days off, you know, I've really became a big Damien Hirst fan, everybody. Greatest artist to have ever lived. Okay? He's everything that's right in the art community, everybody. And we should all strive to be like Damien Hirst. Okay? By the way, that line Damien Hirst actually said in an interview. He's like, people come up to me and they tell me what they think the art mean, the piece I did means, and they just say something I agree with them. He literally said that. There we go, now we get a stronger purple. Very legendary figure. Yeah, I didn't even know, Salt. It is, but it lacks any integrity. Faded. And the bar to clear is so low on that. You could say I paint, like, for me, my bar is as simply as like I enjoyed the reference, so I decided to paint this. And there's like no real meaning. Oh, I came up with my next idea for a painting, everybody. Who wants to hear about my next painting I want to do? We have two big paintings coming up now. We have the one that Maddie came up with that I still need to get shit for. And I thought of a new one. I thought of a new painting, everybody. And it's going to be spectacular. It's going to be real and spectacular. What's it? Did anyone see the photo of Trump falling asleep in that chair, like leaning off to the right, and the people standing behind him? Has anyone seen that photo? It's hilarious. It's from a few days ago. Trump is like literally falling asleep in the Oval Office, like leaning to the right. I'm going to put my, I have like a kind of a old leather computer chair over here. I'm going to put my skeleton in it, leaning to the left, and like in the suit, falling asleep. And I'm going to have my other skeleton and mannequin standing behind them doing something. And I'm probably going to have Joe Rogaine over here sitting on the top of the chair. Hi, Rochburns. Thank you. So I'm going to have the skeleton in like the Trump garb and makeup falling asleep in the chair with like other skeletons and my other skeleton and mannequin and probably maybe even Kevin sitting in the background just doing random shit. I might make Plasticia the devil sitting behind him and Joe Rogaine maybe sitting on the chair and then like my Stephen Miller skeleton. But I don't have the clothes to do Trump and... I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that. I could... I have to figure out how to make one skeleton. I don't have a second suit jacket or suit pants and stuff. Find it tasteless, do you, Carlos? I knew it. I knew it. I always suspected you had class. I always suspected that, Carlos. Well, it's more about the clothes. I have to go thrifting for it, and I have to find kids' clothes for the skeletons. I would like more skeletons, though. If I had like 4 skeletons, I'd put them in that painting. What am I trying to do here? I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky. I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. Gotta be free, gotta be mean, gotta be everything more. Sorry, I'm just getting my headphone in, everybody. Un momento, por favor. Cállate su flanhole. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, now we gotta start placing shit as far as Kevin and Joe Rogaine are concerned. That shoulder I made way too, I think, far to the left already. Maybe I didn't. Because I'm like this. Let's leave it for now, because we're doing this pretty much all by eye. We don't measure any of this shit. Oh, fuck you, Maddie. 185. Son of a bitch! Where have you been? Maddie, that's officially a demerit for being late. Freeze! That's a demerit for being late.
Get your hand off my penis!
That's your hand. Nope. That's an official demerit. We're gonna have to lower your pay to 0.5 oily points per year. We're gonna have to do it. You're also losing your medical coverage. You're also being dropped from medical. Well, maybe you gotta learn your lesson. Holy shit, Yambri, you're at $1.75 now? Well done. It does, Yambri. Oh yeah, Carlos, thank you. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, newbie in Ottawa. I didn't know people cared this much about anniversaries. I didn't even know everybody. How do you know and I don't? But thank you for the well wishes, everybody. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be red, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. You gotta be free. Is that what it is? Sorry for all the perverted stuff. You fuckers are all sick if you're watching me all that time. You all disgust me. You know what? I retract that. You all disgust me. I apologize for nothing. They should have covered that more in the Truman Show about how everybody knew his kinks. And you know, they are very lucky that Truman did not turn out to be like a very big sex pervert. It was mentioned in the sequel. Yeah, right. Truman has a piss kink, or like, yeah, like shitting in a diaper kink. Furry play. Well wishes. I know you have, Omizu. Yeah, right? What yeah, what if he was into glass bottom boating? I'm glad that you all know what that is now. Aren't you glad that you all know what glass bottom boats are now, everybody? Oh yeah, she glass bottom boated you, right, Maddie? Just out of the blue.
Boo this man!
Don't you boo me. Don't you boo me. Stop it. Forgot to like take a mental note of what I was just coming here to look at. Okay.
Boo this man!
Stop it! No! Halfway. Do you not know what that is, Omizu? Apparently, Omizu doesn't know what a glass bottom boat is, everybody. Who wants to enlighten Omizu with what that is? Yeah, quinacridone is where it's at for purples and pinks. You're goddamn right. It's literally the like alizarin makes it too, Sashi, but alizarin right fades. So quinacridone is the single best alternative. It leans a little bit more blue, but you get very similar results. They're both properly cold. Yeah. Alizarin is a wonderful color. And like, you know, it's a strong pigment. It's not crazy expensive. A little bit of it goes a long way, but it fucking fades. And that's enough to make, means you should always avoid it. How you doing, Juan? Nice to see you, bud. Uses it all the time and it drives me a little crazy. Well, it's because it's like, Winsor Newton has it like a part of every one of their watercolor sets. And it's a good color. Like the color is a beautiful, saturated color with like decent working properties, right? And it's just become the standard. And you know what's funny though, too, is with how I paint. Opera pink is usually just another name for a quinacridone magenta version or a different quinacridone color. But, for somebody like me, I could probably use alizarin and really not have the problem of color fading. So quinacridone, particularly in thicker applications, has the color fading is not as severe. Juan, the picture is right. The picture is down there, but this is what I'm looking at right now. There might be titanium white or another red. I do not paint funny, but this is what we're looking at. But Sashi, if you want to look it up, I'll tell you. I'll tell you if the pigments are fine. But yeah, in watercolors, Carlos. But to your point, watercolors are probably the single worst application for alizarin crimson remaining light fast. But same with glazing. If you're glazing or paint and using a lot of thin, like a solvent. In oil paints, literally, Jess, the nice lady, had alizarin crimson fade in 1 week. You only having a watercolor. It only literally took 1 week for alizarin to fade for something that Jess was doing. And I might be the weird one here, but I don't want to lose my work to bullshit fading. Naphthol is not light fast either. Maddie. Cobalt blue is, naphthol isn't. PR 122 is just quinacridone, right? But just know this, Sashi, quinacridones, there's a lot of quinacridones. I think that's 122, right? Yeah, so just so you know, is they could be several different colors, Sashi, but have the same pigment name. The pigment name is more of or pigment number, I should say, is more of a reference to like how it's made or its classification, but it has no bearing on the actual color. Yeah. So, for example, Sashi, like, remember when I was using all those burnt umbers? Remember all those burnt umbers I was making that one day? I said hi to you, Juan, didn't I? It was when I first started making paint. I was making like 10 different burnt umbers, okay? The first time I made paint on stream. I had like 7 or 8 different burnt umbers. And they were all different colors. Just shut up, Maddie. But they were all different colors, but those all had the same pigment number. It was good, Juan. Nothing really, no, just preparing for this. They have all the same pigment number, right? You learn this quick that, like, there could be huge variations in colors. Even, like, with some of the cobalts, I believe, you could have a green and a blue be the same pigment number. Because it's just, like, more of, like, how it's made. And its classification regarding that. But so on some of them, so that comes up most, Sashi, with synthetic pigments and natural earth pigments. However, on like titanium white, there is no like, well, actually titanium buff might be the same pigment number as titanium white. I'm not actually positive on that. I'd have to verify that. But with certain pigments, it's like that pigment number is the specific color, but it's not consistent.
A good evening.
Oh, good evening. How you doing, Richards? Please do. Fuck, shit. Thank you. That's not the head, that's the body. And if anybody here isn't subscribed to my YouTube, remember, I'm a sad, desperate man who needs YouTube subs. Am I? I don't think I am, Omizu. Ugh. Fly me to the moon. Let me play upon the star. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter or Mars. In other words. Are ya? Good, Richards. What are you gonna paint? Richards, did I tell you my new idea for a painting? You'll like it. Hold my hand. I always am, Sashi. What am I drawing? Hadria? Well, I have a photo of it down below there, but I am painting from life. So I am painting... I'm doing the block in for that. So, Richard, did you see the photo of Trump sleeping on the chair with the other people standing behind him? Did you see that awesome photo? So I'm going to put my skeleton in the Trump getup, you know, sleeping on the chair. And then I'm going to have my mannequin as the devil standing behind him, and another in the Stephen Miller skeleton standing behind him. And then this guy that I'm painting here, I'm going to have him probably sitting on the chair, and maybe put Kevin somewhere as well, but they're all just going to be standing behind him as he's passed out on like my computer chair. We all were, yeah. We all were, Richards. We all were. Especially because that fucker didn't even get close, too. Let me play upon the star. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter or Mars. In other words, what color? Do you mean what brand one of paints I use? I make my own, and I sell my own paints, Juan. All the paint you see here, I made myself. I sell them on my fourth wall. So, hi, Faded. Bye, Beth. Thank you, Sasha. Yeah, I make every single one of my paints, and they are for sale if you'd like to purchase them. It depends on the color, Juan. So, like, my burnt umber is probably around, like, $12 right now. I don't know. I don't remember the exact cost I have. But, like, burnt umber and titanium white are probably in that $12 to $14 range. But then like my yellow is $30. Because the pigment is fairly expensive. I don't have any pets. I right now with my paint situation, I couldn't really swing a pet. Not just because of like money wise, but also just I'd be worried for my for a pet's safety with the pigment and stuff I have around. I also can't really afford a pet right now, so. Yep. Now, let's yeah, you know, I have a lot of other things I need to take care of financially before I can do a pet. Do I play sports? I used to. I used to play rugby, football, track, and wrestling. I used to play sports, yeah. Yeah. Fly me to the moon. Let me play upon the star. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter or Mars. In other words, hold my hand. Jew Poopiter. Poopiter. In other words, please be true. In other words. God, this raw umber is so weak as a pigment. It literally is like kind of like filler with some of my mixes. I'm just used to like some people might like paints that are on the weaker side because they might feel like it has like more control. But boy, do you just overpay then. Do I do any jokes? I like to think of this entire stream as a joke one. At least that's how people treat it. Yep, see, Maddie agrees. Let's see how this looks. It's too red. Too red. What's a joke? No, the stream, Maddie, not me. How long do you think it's going to finish a painting? Probably 3 sessions, one, of variable length, so I'm guessing probably like 15 hours. Is what I'm guessing. This is going to be a 3 session. It really depends on how well this goes. If my block in here sucks, it will probably cost me a session. God, this might even need to go green. What did you think of it? The White House correspondents are pretty hilarious. It is. I mean, especially because, like, you know, how big of a deal they made it. But then it's like the funny stuff of like Kash Patel's wife being protected by another guy who like was holding, like they were holding their hands apparently, or holding hands together like it's a goddamn high school or something. There was the dude, I saw a funny video of a dude just continue to eat while everybody was like hiding underneath tables. Sounds good, Juan. Have a good one. Yeah, wasn't that dude was awesome. I actually enjoyed whoever that guy was. Well, he might be a shithead, but that move was a great power move. Have a good one, Juan. Yeah, so wait, did Trump actually fall or did they like bring him to the ground? You think he fell? That's awesome. Well, it's also funny because the guy didn't even get on the floor, right? Like the, you know, obviously, you know, security wise, you know, you have to do something. But how those people reacted was such a like, it was such a confederacy of dunces, like moment of like people who like don't have good instruction or training, or like a plan. Just everybody like doing shit that they thought was correct. You know what I mean? Security wise. And it just made it ridiculous. It just made it so ridiculous. Maybe. I don't recall the assassination attempt. Now, the thing I do love, though, in other big news, everybody, on my... This is my new segment, my 3-hour soapbox, it's called, where I just rant. But I love that Tim Heidecker is heading up the Onion's InfoWars. I fucking love that. The one where they got the best photo op of him with his fist. Oh yeah, that one. Do you think that was a false flag? I mean, a guy did die, or do you think they just let it? I could see that they became aware of a guy doing that. No, they probably wouldn't take that the chance. I don't know, Emilia. I'm gonna figure out how to watch it, but you know, Tim Heidecker is like one of my favorite comedians of all time. So he's like the perfect guy for it. Oh yeah, I mean, Tim Heidecker is the perfect person for it. I will. I think no as well is because too much could go wrong. And the man's yeah, that's the thing, right? Trump would never do that, like let the guy take a shot. But then again, it's like Trump is also too much of a coward to not like if like did they literally just like set up a guy to kill him? I don't know, but he took a fucking shot. Or did they fake those shots? I'm not familiar with that one, Emilia. But, you know, that guy was killed, you know? So, like, that's a thing, right? Like... You don't think it was a false flag? Yeah, on the one with his ear, I don't think it really was.
Wow, wow, wow.
But, oh, hi, Dia. Thank you. Hope you've been well. Well, we're talking about the one where his, supposedly his ear got hit, right? And, but, like, it just worked out too perfectly for him. It was one of the most fucked up things of all time. I have to learn about that. Oswald was killed too, that's true.
Nuclear weapons.
Oh my god, hooray! Universal Tig, thank you for the follow. Get on in here, Insomniacs. How is the body painting going? Exactly. Thank you. I didn't even know it was my affiliate today. Did not even know. I think it was fake, except that people behind the scum stain were murdered. Possibly. I mean, because, like, how that guy even got there was preposterous. Well, good. Glad to hear. Post your links before I burn this place to the ground. I better see some links, all right? I am lighting the Molotov as we speak. Interesting. I'll have to look into it, Omizu. I mean, the fact of the matter is that I wouldn't put it past them to do something like that, right? I need another brush. We have. How you doing, Adam? Yeah, because you rated into Insomniacs today, right, Mud? Alright, good. Everyone go follow Insomniacs. Alright, before I have a conniption. Everyone go follow Insomniac, or I will connect. I will connect. Careful, Faded. Yeah, anyway, we're painting with oils. We're starting a new painting today. I paint from life. That's what we're painting. This is part of a set of paintings called triptychs of 3 paintings that are meant to go together. This is the last one of them. I'm a very well-adjusted normal man. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. All right? A normal, well-adjusted, beautiful man. All right? Stop it. Stop it. Where the fuck's my titanium white? If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Oh, is that what they did? Nah, makes sense, Whiskey. I wouldn't put it past them. That means I am normal, well-adjusted, Adam. Good, see? We're just normal people. We're all innocent humans. We're just innocent humans. I'd agree, Omizu. I'd agree with that. All right. So I am an innocent, well-adjusted, human, alpha male, Mormon, red-pilled man. Okay. We all are at the consensus that basically Trump's regime is pretty much capable, would consider something like that. And there is some interesting evidence, but, you know, we can't know anything for sure. Very masculine, toxically masculine. Exactly, Whiskey. We're all just innocent humans. We're all alphas here. We all take our red pill daily, right? We're all Mormons, okay? Right? The moon landing was fake. Yes, we are now, Dia, yeah. Right? Moon landing was fake. The earth is hollow. The gay deep state is out to get us. Remember everybody, the gay deep state is causing all these problems. I have no idea what you're talking about, Adam. That's easy, Sashi. It's just we're in a 3D rectangular cube, I don't know. You know, body that is hollow where the lizard people live. Jesus Christ, Sashi. That is secret, Whiskey. That's we're gonna have to give you a demerit for revealing that secret. Also, we're only about 10 animal penises away from curing cancer. All right? So if any of you come across some animal penises, please send them to the FDA. Right. Thank you for the follow, Adam, okay? The FDA needs those animal penises. Raccoons are preferable, but frankly, they'll take any of them. No, Insomniac has to stay, Mud. Yeah, we're gonna be, all right, that's gonna be a charity stream we're gonna be doing, everybody, to get animal penises for the FDA, okay? That's gonna be a big priority in the upcoming months. Bruno, you can't. Don't, no, Mud. Insomniac, you have to stay. No, no, it actually has to be an animal you kill with your bare hands. That's part of the issue here. Underside of the farm. So you have to go, you know, strangle a bear. You know, chase down a turkey in the forest. You know, try catching a squirrel. It has to be killed though with your bare hands. No worries, Pickles. Have fun. Would Trump's penis be acceptable? No. That would probably spoil the entire batch, especially with his... Didn't he have resistant gonorrhea recently or something like that? Like, I heard about something like a, like antibiotic resistant gonorrhea. It's a forever thing? Okay. Nice. You know what? That actually makes me feel like there is a little justice. You know, maybe there is a God. Maybe? I'm very unconvinced. It's too blue. So yeah, if anybody has any spare animal penises lying around, please send them to the FDA. And don't forget to funnel your thoughts and prayers to Donald Trump. Okay, everybody? Never gonorrhea. Make sure, though, you are funneling, you are doing the proper documentation, because they are going to check about sending your thoughts and prayers to our God Emperor, okay? That's important, okay? They're having Elon Musk look over all the documents, you know, on a daily basis for checking on the thoughts and prayers. So, you know, it's going to be checked, so... Get grokked. Well, no, that was coming from Grok. Grok told me to say that. As you all know, I have not said an original thing for about 2 years now, because Grok makes all of my decisions. As you all know. Thank you, Amizu. Grok is the greatest. I recommend everybody use Grok for all of your decisions. I'll Grok your world. So yeah, how was everybody's did everybody like their NFL draft, huh? Everyone happy with their team's drafts? You know, Mud's a huge Eagles fan. Yambari's a huge Titans fan. So how do we all feel about your the draft day hauls, everybody? Good, Maddie, good. The NFL draft. Maddie's a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Fly me to... Richards is a huge Miami Dolphins fan. I know. I'm going. I won't hesitate to start doxing everybody here. I know where you live. You don't think I know? I'm a sick man. I won't. He knows everything we're doing already. If he had a problem, he would have let me know already. No, Richards, I could tell you're definitely a huge Dolphins fan. I can't say I was super stoked about the Packers draft. We'll find out in like 3 years how good it was or not, essentially. I mean, valid, Maddie. It is true that they did disrespect this country with their support of Bad Bunny. I actually need to be in the Dolphins and when you're even pressure watching name. Yeah, they have not been good for a long time, Richards. How dare you come in here and besmirch the great God-fearing man that is Kid Rock? How dare you? How dare you? Mud's gonna have a conniption when she finds out that you're talking bad about Kid Rock, her favorite musician. You're a fucker, Maddie.
Son of a bitch!
Mud's gonna have a conniption. Yes, Rock is telling me that you're gonna connect. Oh man, thank you, Mandelbrot. Thank you. moon. Let me play upon the stars. Let me. Yeah, it's 2 weeks. I was thinking about it the other day that it was coming up. I'm worried for Aeon Ishiki though, since he can be demoted out of Ozeki. He has a bad tourney. He was off though. I hope he's healed though. He lost to people, and I don't think it was a technique thing. Having seen some of the matches he won. Oh my god! Thank you, Maddie. What the hell? Thought it was a raid for a second. Thank you, Maddie. He did. He did, Omizu. And it's a hype train? Oh my god, now you all have to give me all of your monies. Maddie, that was very generous. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I didn't know people care about this stuff that much. Should I have just made a big deal about it just because? Nope, nope. You all have to give me all of your money now. Them's the rules, Mud. Should I have milked this? Wait a second. I'm not ungrateful. Thank you, Maddie. That was very generous of you, Maddie. Maddie, you get an oily point, or you get 2 oily points for that, Maddie. Thank you, Mud. Jesus Christ. You did oil points. Yeah. Thank you, Mud. And thank you, Maddie. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter or Mars. Crazy. I'm not feeling that bad about this blocking, everybody. How are we feeling about this blocking? I don't feel like it's that incompetent. Well, I'm not painting cats. This is Hamilton I'm painting right now. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you again. Fuck me, fuck you.
Fucker.
You're a fucker. I gotta pee. Oh, we got... Okay, I could go. I could wait another 10 minutes. Yeah. We'll wait about 10 more minutes, and we'll take that break. Piss girl. I'm not a piss boy! How dare you? Feel like that hand went a little bit too far down. So that's something we'll have to fix next session. Oh, it is funny now. I got it now. I was a huge Gossip Girl fan. Made that too. Me too. This arm seems a little bit fucked as well. Good, Sashi, good. That head might need to be a little bit wider. Well, it's because I'm hilarious, okay? We know this, that I am the single funniest person in the world, okay? We know this. I'm like the Jeff Foxworthy of being funny. All right, we all know this. All right? Maybe I'm even as funny as the Larry the Cable Guy. Yeah. I am also the best looking man in the world. Ask people who have seen me. Yeah, this horn is all fucked up. We'll probably do the horns later, replace that once I don't feel like committing too much to the horns. Several people have told me, Sashi, that they believe in God because my face exists. I don't know, Richard. I'm pretty sure I'm the best. Are you telling me Garg and Lizzie and Maddie are liars? Is that what you're telling me? Because they all agree with that. That's why they all got religious. It's too late, Maddie. Propaganda? No. I have never propagandized on this stream. Okay? That's why everybody should vote for the Trump administration. All right? They are clearly better, everybody. Do you see how many of these assassination attempts that Trump has survived because how strong he is? All right? I think we should just all be Trumpers. All right? I think it would be best for the community. Okay? If we started worshiping an old man with permanent gonorrhea who shits his pants. I think that's right. And so that means that's what we're all going to have to do. All right? Maddie agrees. Sashi and Maddie already agree with that. They took very little convincing.
Prank him, John.
Done been pranked. Watch a guy who is like people. They might, Richards. I think they're kind of doing that already. I think they're kind of already doing that. Like, if that man had normal health care, he probably would have died, like, when he had COVID, Frank. If Trump was on, if Trump had normal person's access to medicine, he would have died when he had COVID in his first term. I kind of had an interesting idea just now, everybody. As a fun event. I have a fun event idea, everybody. He is, Richards. A stream drinking game. I mean, I will drink. I don't regularly drink. No. You guys just point out, you guys can come up with a set of rules and not even tell me what the rules are. But it's like, if I, like you, like it's like a bingo card, right? And then we have to drink based on shit I do during the stream. Bingo would be better instead of just a drinking game. Stream bingo. Winner gets oil paints. We could do that. It's not a bad idea. Like, I'm painting, mind you. Yeah, like we all get plastered by the end of the stream. But I'm still gonna paint through it. And like, I think it doesn't end until I'm like done painting. I think that would be kind of funny. Where I have to like basically get drunk during a painting. Is the free space? Yes. Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, I need to pee. Binge and bingo? Yeah. I'll have Moscow mules and ciders. I do have some, like, there are some things I can't, or soju. I kind of like, I think we kind of like could use a night where we do something looser. Yeah, I'm gonna go pee, all right? I've already pooped, but I could still pee. Go piss girl. It's boy, thank you, with 4 eyes. I've finally earned my 4th eye. Taking off my gloves. All right, everybody. I gotta use the bathroom. We're gonna take a 5-minute break. So let me do this. We're gonna run ads. And I'll be back in about 5. Oh my god, we're back. Oh my god. No, you guys haven't been here long enough. Alright? Y'all are never leaving. I haven't played Stardew Valley in a long time, huh? I've been in... Like, the games I've been playing have been really brain dead. I've been playing Mega Man. And that's a pretty brain dead game, in my opinion. Which I enjoy. But Sashi, I remember you started watching me during Stardew Valley stuff. How you doing, Jan? Oh, what are you saying sorry? Yep, and the Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate was a good time. I was clearly the best Baldur's Gate player in the world. Richard Goblier and Frank Danger. Yeah, Project Zomboid. I had a little stint with Project Zomboid. That game was awesome. I did get a little burnt out because I literally played it twice through, essentially. I was basically stalling out. I was kind of completing the entire last act. And technically didn't finish it with Frank Danger, but it would have been very easy. Yeah, I played a lot of it. But I completely beat it one time through. Now, my third character, remember what my plan was for the third character I was going to play, everybody? I was going to do a run. My character's name was going to be Jesus H. Christ, and he was going to be an undead necromancer. And I think I was going to do him as... I was considering doing him as an evil playthrough as well. How dare you, Jan? That was a genius idea. I could have created a YouTube narrative series about it. Ugh. I got all yawny all of a sudden. Yanni. All right, Trump nuked Cuba. Now it's just Q half is gone. It's just CU. Copper? The copper half is gone? Or is it just buh? Cuba. But yeah, but why Q? What's the relevance of... What's the joke I'm missing here? And remember, I'm very smart. Cuba. Qdoba? Cuba. Am I overthinking? I never overthink anything. Quinoa. Did Trump do something to Cuba, though? I know that they were planning on it. No, not me. Couldn't be. I know a lot of people are going to die in Cuba soon. because they don't have fuel to, like, do shit. Fucking shit balls. I always bomb in stage. He's like Norm Macdonald. Goddamn right, squatting cat. Well, we were going, I mean, as alpha males as we are, squatting cat, we were going over things alpha males talk about. Okay? You know, us alpha males. Oh my god, why do I have a case of the yawns? Hi, welcome back, Juan. Juan. Well, yeah, I'm on. God, I'm on at least like 8 different testosterone
I can feel it all the way down to my
treatments.
plums.
Right in those plums. You know, I can't. You know, we're all obviously deficient in our testosterone, so we need to start supplementing it through, you know, influencers. Okay, right? If testosterone treatment is good enough for Peyton Manning, then it's good enough for me, everybody. You should. You like a dozen baked animal balls every day. Well, no, you know, the FDA is only about like what was like 10 animal penises away from curing cancer. Sashi, it's because you get the power of the animal. Do you want to have the strength of a lion? Eat its balls. What am I missing here? Mud, I'm gonna need you to, you know, since you're such a big proponent of this, Mud, I'm gonna need you to talk some sense into Sashi. Mud, you're gonna have to tell Sashi about how eating animal penises makes you big and strong, and allows you to have the power of an eagle or a lion or a scarecrow. I know, and for some reason Sashi doesn't know this. Mud, but you're the expert. Mud, you're clearly the expert. I guess that was more of the vet connection type stuff, Mud. It was not meant as an insult. I retract that statement. I guess it is, isn't it? Hmm? I apologize. Greenbag is the expert. Don't you shout out Greenbag. Sometimes I gotta be careful with my improv. You know, as a very brave and courageous improver, everybody, you know, because he obviously, you know, comedy is illegal now, as we all know. Since comedy is illegal now, I have to be careful. Yes, and no, but I know. But you know, Mud, I do need to be aware that I could be pushing a dumb, stupid boundary that could not be a good thing. So, thank you for letting me know. Well, yeah, comedy's illegal. All right, Sashi made comedy illegal for all of us. I just go instantly to accusing somebody else of something. What? Didn't you at the UN make comedy illegal? I could have swore that was you. Oh, actually, I did hear about. I think I did hear something like that. Oh, I did find out though. Remember that awesome kid who punched the pro ice person in the high school? Remember that awesome video of that kid just punching an asshole? That was right by me. That was like 15 minutes away from where I was living in Palatine. It's like about like 40 minutes away from where I live now. I should give that kid a painting. Do a portrait? Yeah, maybe, and just send it his way. That kid was awesome. You don't know me. And change me anyway. I'm young and I love to be young. I'm free and I love to be free to live the life the way that I do. Who's got First Wives Club stuck in their head now? Who did it to me? Who got First Wives Club stuck in my head? Nope, I'm too manly for that. No, I was like, I'm young and I love to be young. I'm free and I love to be free to live my life the way that I do. Remember that one? Diane Keaton, Bette Midler, and Goldie Hawn. We talked about First Wives Club the other day, too. Yep, you don't own me. Yep. Fun film. All right. Hot take. Who's ready for this? Is my new segment, Badley's Hot Takes. Got a hot take. You ready? Just play along. I think young Bette Midler was better looking than young Goldie Hawn. You agree with that, Dia? Like, but when Bette Midler on Johnny Carson. It's like you're speaking a foreign language. Do you not know? Do you not know who Bette Midler is, or Goldie Hawn, or Johnny Carson? You do concur? Good. Y'all can look it up. Goldie Hawn is married to Kurt Russell. She was in Overboard. She was known as like a babe. Like she's the mother to Kate Hudson. Bette Midler was like a singer, performer, actress. That's your fault, Richards. That's your fault. That's not mine. Yeah, that's you have to go look at them young. This is I said when they were like younger, in their primes. I want to be young. I mean, all you have to do is look it up, Amizu, to have an opinion. Were you more attracted to a younger Bette Midler or a younger Goldie Hawn? It's picking one or the other. Neither's not an option, Sashi. Jeez. Y'all. Nope. Nope. I'll fight you. I will lose, but I will fight. I think this... If I ruled the world, my troubles would all end. You used a lot of paint on this, huh? Too much into blue there for the shadows. God, am I getting really fast at block-ins, everybody? I mean, it's not a good block-in yet, but there's more we could do. Was this, like, too fast? No. Kind of slow? Shut up, Mud. There it is, everybody. Sashi said my skills are legendary. Sashi said that exactly, everybody. We're gonna play the Ewok song. Yub nub. Yeah, that dolly, I still have it over here, everybody. I do think I'm gonna make that a prize for the paint-a-dong that's coming up, everybody. I do think the winner is gonna get that. So there's a lot running on this. You can get one of my better paintings of all time, especially for you cats heads out there. Graveyard Keeper. I played that for a day. It didn't really grab me. I did a stream of it. Plus, the fucking creator of that game didn't really optimize it that much. I do like have a little bit of like, I think that I could definitely want to play Project Zomboid again soon. But now that the Path of Exile 2 update has been announced, that might have killed any recent chance. Oh, for Graveyard Keeper 2 mod? I didn't hear about that. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's what it would take for me, but like I played a day of it. It just it didn't have any charm to it. Mud, would you mind putting that in the Discord for me? I think this hand needs to move up like this way. You know, it's just post about, yeah, no, I just want to hear examples of that bullshit. Cause like I'm not gonna support a game that does that. But I'd like to know. No, so a lot of game people have been using AI to like basically do artwork, and they're basically not hiring artists to do shit for them. So it's a big issue, ethically, morally, and so it's like a lot of people won't buy games if people do that. But there's a shocking amount of people who are like, well, it makes game making more accessible when it's just them being cheap fucks. Memory. No shit. Oh yeah, I know. I mean, I know your pro AI stance, Omizu. Well, that's the thing, Sashi, right? If they could do it without stealing from people, and there's a better argument. The fact of the matter is they can't do anything without not paying people for their work, right? Not to mention the environmental effects, obviously. But so yeah, it's gotta stick together. Yeah, obviously, Omizu. This color is so off. Asian influencers. No, we're talking about a game, Graveyard Keeper, or I think it's something like that, where one of the creators or devs for it on their sequel is like using AI for a bunch of shit. That's what spawned this one. Me too, Maddie. Well, that's like, it's honestly, it's been one of the biggest disappointments of technology and social media is like, people have been given so many opportunities to show their fucking like integrity and true selves, and then we just constantly get disappointed with people being pedophiles, rapists, denying global warming, all this fucking bullshit. And it's just like, you almost get to a point where you feel like you can't believe in anybody or somebody because you're like, oh, well, they're probably going to do something shitty, because to get famous in the context of modernity, you kind of have to be a psychopath. Most people, right? So it's just like a constant battle of like holding your holding on to your or restraining your expectations as somebody because the inevitability of just like something shitty happening. I mean, could you not imagine watching a alpha male Mormon paint? Red-pilled. Conspiratorial. Super good looking. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, because, like, and that's the point, man. It's like, it feels like it's an inevitability for anybody who has gotten, like, famous in the context of social media and how society is now. It almost like, it's like a prerequisite that the type who get famous are the ones who always do that shit. It's not every case. There's some people I have, like, some confidence in. But it's just, like, it's so, like, everything feels so fucking nihilistic. And I just can't stand it. Same, Richards. Yeah, I mean, I hate just, like, not having, like, I hate not having the expectation that somebody's going to treat me with, like, integrity. Or knowing that, like, oh yeah, I watched something, on YouTube, and there's YouTubers I like, but then, like, I see them, like, shilling some stuff that I'm like, you shouldn't do that. Like, I know that, like, you need to make your money, but, like, shilling a predatory, like, mobile game is not a good thing to do. Yeah. I know, Richards. Well, I think everybody is nihilistic to justify their own actions, right? But, like, it's also what we've been taught through, like, success in the United States, for example. Like, think about how nihilistic, like, pretty much every major corporation is, right? They don't believe in anything. There's no, like, they'll give the charities, but they do it because they can deduct it from their taxes, right? And it'll help their PR. They don't do it to help a charity, right? They try and squeeze out every single margin that they can, and to like sacrifice the product, but they know that, like, us as fucking consumers will have to, or we don't have alternatives. So fuck us, I guess. Just every single fucking thing. Yeah, Sasha, yeah. Oh, really, Maddie? So, like, the borderline ones, I watch a person who does essays in a comedic way. It's like Froggy Bait, or like Funny Froggy Bait or something like that. And she's pretty entertaining, but then she'll, she'll do some commercials for like mobile games that aren't necessarily gambling or anything like that, but it's like, you know, neither was Raid Shadow Legends. Aren't I being a little nihilistic? I don't think I'm nihilistic. I think my sarcasm is as nihilistic as you can be, but I don't think I'm nihilistic at all, despite not being religious or anything like that. All right, everybody, I think I'm done with the blocking, huh? Don't have any shadows really on that on the devil. Sorry, on Joe Rogaine. Black and looks great. I think this will be a decent one. I think the blocking is not bad, everybody. I don't think my proportions are super fucked. For smaller creators, it doesn't bother me if they take a sponsorship. Doesn't quite make sense like mobile games. Yeah, I do agree that there's a spectrum to it, because yeah, if like, you know, a small channel can get $5,000 and like then like do like, you know, for an electrolyte drink that's just really overpriced water, I can be more forgiving of it, but there isn't a limit, right? Well, so the devil has more of the warm red, right? And Kevin here has more of the cold red. I think I could play around with the colors on his beard a bit. The green is obviously not blue enough. It's a little too desaturated. But I'm pretty happy with my placement of shit. The only thing that I think is blatantly off right now, I need a pointing stick. There's a good pointing stick. Okay. Because my brushes are away. So this crotch area needs to rise up. I have a little bit of offness with relation to this arm and this, like the tunic, the bottom of the tunic is a little bit off. Obviously the camera is going to be adjusted. I'm going to use the camera as a way to adjust for the other shit. This head is a little bit too high, I think. Like the body might be too high. I might need to shorten the body, like bring up the crotch a little bit, but bring down the shoulders a little bit. Yeah, but those games are meant to be predatory to have you buy shit. Yeah, same, Mud. Like I had like probably like a month stint where I was playing some phone games. Like this was when I was first started working, and I spent like probably $150 to $200 on like a fucking mobile game because it just got, you know, gets away from you. And it was just like, oh shit, what am I doing? And then I just stopped. Yeah, the feet are probably they're really big. But this foot might be a little bit too one. But remember, it's angled, so we got some perspective stuff there. Oh, block. Okay. Thank you, Amizu, for clarifying. But so then I have two really big paintings planned after this. Yeah, Richards, you know what I'm talking about. And you just have to, it's really like kind of battling an addiction. But yeah, I have two really big paintings coming up, everybody, after this. We have the Maddie one, which I still need to get shit for. We have Maddie painting, and then we also have the Trump falling asleep painting. That's going to be coming up. And those are going to be big boys. I'm thinking about doing Maddie, I'm thinking about, on your painting, I'm thinking about doing yours on a 45 by 60. I have to build that one too. But those stretcher bars aren't cheap. I got to figure out if I want to pay for it or do something smaller, like I could do 36 by 48. A mural. No, Sasha, I'm using my skeletons. Who hosts your website? Hi, Chris Lee. All right, how do you know me, Christopher Lee? I'm guessing from Casey Snow. No. Hi, Silver. Hi, Crack Fox. Blue Skittle? Yeah, Blue Skittle might be one. That was my last shout out. People would call me Goodly. I'm suspicious. Not him. Pinion. Is it Pinion? Or Jet? Yeah, Pinion is the next one. No, Jesus Christ. You wouldn't call me Goodly if you were coming from Wheeler. I mean, it couldn't be Jess. Jess doesn't really call me Goodly. It's not Nice Lady. I don't think it could be Nice Lady if you're calling me Goodly. Maybe Andrea. I like this guessing game. And it's not Jess either. Fucking A. Is it Scotty Draws or Scott Draws or whatever? I forget his exact name. No? Fuck. Who else could it be? Be It Easel? I know, there's not a lot. Be It Easel? Or is it just Crack? Is it you, Crack Fox? I almost said Crack Rocks. It is, okay, it is Crack Fox. Okay. You know, you might not, you might need to change your name, because I'm actually going to call you Crack Rocks one day. They did basically come in together. How are you doing, Crack? It's nice to see you. I hope you've been well. Are you come in here and tell me to chill out? You made the mistake of getting stuck in here. Oh, okay, Chris Lee. Okay, that makes sense. Frankly. Well, welcome in, Chris. Thank you for the follow. I see that your mother is lying to you about me. Obviously, they're lying. It's time to clean up, huh?
You're a snitch.
I am. In this case, you are correct, Chris. Yeah, right, Maddie. Instantly, that like it instantly like my antenna went up. Here, this is what we are painting today. We have Kevin right here, and we have Joe Rogaine right here. That's what we're working on. Part of a triptychs. Don't you do it, Craig. Yeah, we're all very red-pilled alpha Mormons here, okay? It's interesting how it sees some colors and not others. No, I think you're wrong, Crack. No, I don't think you're right on that one. No. Will this work? It's not enough. All right, we're cleaning up. Used a lot of paint today. Well, thank you, Crack. Or at least an eye surgery, Maddie. Yeah, but Chris, I paint with oils. If you have any questions, please let me know. Happy to answer any question anybody gives me. I will answer anything. And it will be correct to me. GoFundMe LASIX, yeah. I've never been wrong. I've never once been wrong, everybody. There is not a provable time I've ever been wrong. Yeah, right. But Chris and Crack, no, Chris, you're misremembering. No, Sashi, you're misremembering that too. No. I have no idea. I think you're lying. Don't think that's right. God, short stream. Took all this time off just to a short stream. I didn't really have that big of a problem with the block-in. But don't worry, you're here for the best part, Chris and Crack. You're really here for the only reason people watch this channel. It's obviously to learn how to be an alpha male. Yeah, I will probably be back on Tuesday. I have it's either Tuesday or Wednesday. I have a meeting with the attorney on Wednesday, so I could possibly do it afterwards, but I'd be in a rush. So I'm probably going to just do this on Tuesday. Well, obviously, Sashi. No, just straight alpha males. You know, or you're gonna get an email about your testosterone regimen that you have to start doing. Obviously, you have to take the medications to become unvaccinated. Obviously, because vaccinations are so dangerous. You're gonna have to start hunting and killing animals for their penises. The usual stuff. All right. Tuesday. You heard me, Chris. Son of a bitch, Lizzie. 14-inch every time you use them. Time to wipe the D. Live and uncensored. Next time up. No, you have to kill with your bare hands, Richards. Unbelievable, Lizzie. Time to wipe the D, live and uncensored. This can't be stopped. This won't be stopped. All right? You're now in a Vertigo machine. Is it Vertigo? What's the machine from fucking Clockwork Orange called? Oh yeah, every time you use the watercolors, it's 14 inches. That's why I sell badly made wheelbarrows. Badly made penis wheelbarrows. Yep. Oh my god. This is sick. I had to cut my hand. Okay. Oh, Lord. I'm ashamed of myself, and I'm ashamed of everybody watching this right now. Oh, are you, Crack? So, you want to know what I've read is the best way to do it? And compare? I did some recent research into this. But I also don't think you should use it over stand oil. Oh God, Chris. What is the CSO method? I've heard the most effective way is to have it's actually not sunlight that is as important as running air over the surface of it. So what I've heard, this was from a study, a little study on it, like a scientific published paper, was that you like, son of a bitch, Chris. Oh my, you psycho. So it's like you'd put it in like a big bowl that has a large surface area, and then you would put a fan blowing over it. This will also help getting particulate out of it, but you also put like a screen on top of it, so particulate doesn't fall down on top. And so that apparently gives the best results according to the study I read. Now, I will say, Crack, are you ready to go through the ringer? All right, I just finished wiping the tea. Do you want to go through the badly ringer? All right. Why do you want to use sun-thickened linseed oil? Tell me why you think it's useful and or necessary. I don't know. It could be fun, Sashi. So, you know what's funny, Crack? Somebody else who talked about it said that that's why they were using it. Would you believe me if I told you that sun-thickened linseed oil does not speed up drying time? Would you believe me if I told you that? Well, we were just thinking about it. I just proposed it as a kind of a fun thing, Sashi. So, yeah, so Crack, the reason why the sun-thickened linseed oil... Son of a bitch! I'm trying to talk here, Lizzie. Fucker. Son of a bitch. So Crack, the reason why the store-bought sun-thickened linseed oil dries faster is because they literally add stuff in it to make it dry faster. It has nothing to do with it being sun-thickened linseed oil that makes it dry faster. Okay? So, here's the why I bring this up, or why I'm so adamant about this, is stand oil is basically superior in every way than what sun-thickened linseed oil does. Okay? Same flow, same thixotropic properties, better result in stand oil, cleaner, better in the archival properties, and it does slow down, drying time, but so does sun-thickened linseed oil, or it doesn't have a difference really than linseed oil with dry time. So, unfortunately, you would still have to add something to your sun-thickened linseed oil to make it dry fast, and it's not because it's sun-thickened linseed oil. So what would I recommend if you wanted to speed up drying? Well, chalk does not speed up drying. Pigment is the number one way to help with drying, because mind you, there are archival risks to quick drying. Okay, Could somebody snooze the ads, by the way? If you don't mind. But like, do you use umbers or ochres when you paint, Crack? You start with burnt umber. Okay, so pigments, pigments have different drying times. So you know what's one of the slowest drying pigments that you most likely use a lot of? Is titanium white. Titanium white is one of the slowest drying pigments. Lamp black is an incredibly slow one. Cadmium pigments are incredibly slow at drying. Now, there are very quick drying pigments though, okay? The fastest that I'm aware of is lead white, all cobalts. Every cobalt pigment dries fast, and umbers dry fast. Okay? Now, cobalts, yeah. Not conbalts, cobalts. Like cobalt blue, there's some like cobalt violet, there's a few, but they're mainly cool colors. I think they're fucker, Lizzie. So that would be my first, if you could work it out with your pigments, to work it out through that. However, I never advocate for adding resin-based dryers like Galkids or Alkyd dryers. Those, you don't want resin in the paint layer. Why? Because it overly yellows and you can't get rid of it if it's in the paint layer. It will destroy your painting if you try and get rid of it. No. I go for aggressive trauma crying, and everybody is psychopaths, Chris. Right. So, okay. Your best option... What is your best option? How quickly do you want shit to dry, Crack? Because I have Richards. I literally looked up sun-thickened linseed oil like 3 weeks. I literally read an academic paper on it. Touch dry by the next day. You paint very thin though, right? You paint very thin. Are you willing to use lead white? Then lead white's your best. Lead white is your single. You get two per stream, Chris. God damn it, you sick fuck, Crack. Then lead white is your single best option. Lead white will also make your painting more archival. You son of a bitch. Here I am talking like an asshole, and I'm just getting murdered left and right. Don't you boo me, Chris. God damn it. So yeah. I know you got the bloodlust. Got the info, murder the source. Exactly. Now they have it. That is, so, and then using, I will say, so like Crack, if you want, like Pyrrole reds are pretty quick drying. Like transparent red iron oxide's a pretty fast dryer.
Son of a bitch!
What is he? I just like I don't believe that will increase the drying time, or sorry, decrease the drying time significantly. Nerd! It doesn't work, Sashi. I for some reason I'm just a terrible painter. I can look into it. Can you? Are you in my Discord, Crack? Or can somebody post that link in the general discussion so I can take a look into it? I will investigate. um, what else? So there is some odd options like Gamblin solvent-free gel that has a dryer in there. But there might be some additives you can use to decrease drying time that might not affect it, but I strongly don't recommend. Oh, if you're looking to decrease your drying time, to only use linseed oil. Okay? If you are trying to speed up drying, please only use linseed oil. Yeah, it's like oleo gel. So like, and you can make your own oleo gel with this is fumed silica. Well, so the Gamblin solvent-free gel has a dryer in there. Okay? That's not a solvent. I don't know what that dryer is. It's the one that Babe used. I used it a little bit. It does speed up drying. And it is a gel. Oleo gel on its own does not speed up drying. It actually increases drying time. However, this that I just painted will most likely be dry to the touch tomorrow. And I put a lot of oil. It will definitely be dry to the touch by Tuesday, though. That's just because of the presence of some lead. But otherwise, I don't like. It's just the pigments. It's just the pigments. I was loading this shit up with stand oil, which has a longer drying time, and linseed oil. But I'm very confident on Tuesday that I would say probably 95% of this will be dry to the touch. You know, so. But I am very weary of using dryers. Like, do you know the risks of using dryers? Wary. Weary. Wary. Wary. Very. Thank you, bud. Acrylic is too fast, yeah. You know, see how? So, see how. I'm not getting that one, Richards. I'm guessing the usual cancer, death, doom, despair, not. No. So, the big issue. This leaked one of your moms in your disc. What do you mean, my mom's? How dare you, Chris? Nice, Maddie. Larry. Very Larry. So the main reason you want to avoid dryers is because when oil starts the oxidation process, it will actually reduce in volume. Oh, that one was great, Richards. So what happens is when it reduces in volumes and you're layering, what can happen is that the layer on top can reduce before the layer below it is dry, and you can create gaps in your paint that can cause stress cracking or stresses the bonded areas of paint together because of a change in volume. So these are things now when you're painting thinly, this is why I also recommend using linseed oil, because linseed oil doesn't have these variations as much as walnut, safflower, sunflower, poppy, the other ones, okay? It also is the most durable, okay? But with accelerated drying, especially over layers, and you have varying drying times of layers, like true drying times. This is not a matter of 1 or 2 days. This is a matter of months type thing, where you can have variable drying times on certain layers that other ones don't have. And then suddenly the top layer could be the most dry because it has the best oxygen exposure. The bottom layers aren't dry. Top layer is fully dry. They're more brittle. Bottom layers move because of volume changes, cracking the upper layers and can possibly cause delamination. That is the technical reason. All right, that I know you all are so listening intently too, okay? Because you will be tested on this. So yeah, that's why I'm weary of dryers in general, okay? Now, I mean, if we're talking like weary, ew, you all are so, you're listening so intently. So yeah, wary is more like reserved or careful, right? So anyways, skeptical, that's good. Yeah. Oh, good. Anyways, so Crack, I could do a couple things for you, okay? Well, all right. So, like, do you know? So you paint in a very like Renaissance like methodology, and they use burnt umber and lead white a lot in their opening layers, or sienna like a natural earth. Both are quick drying but flexible pigments in the oil layer. Okay, and they would use like stand oils to keep this, the stuff down. So you can build up the layers of lead white over each other to build up the opacity and vibrance that you need, and then you can glaze over it. That's what I would recommend. But I would also say don't put dryers in the glaze color over it. No worries, Chris. Have a good night. And that's if that's the method you wanted to do, that's what I would recommend doing. Well, they won't be. Well, the upper ones you would prefer them to be slower than the lower layers. But see, that's like the big benefit of lead and burnt umber. Now you got to make sure that you're using some like stand or like a lot of people oiled out in between those layers too. But they wouldn't do it in one go. Obviously, they would build up the lead white burnt umber mixture till they basically had a rendered painting, and then the entirety of the color would be the other step. You get what I'm saying? Because both those colors are semi-transparent. So you would do the full painting as a value painting, completely rendered, and then you would do the color over it with transparent glazes. Okay? Yeah. Crack, I'm happy to talk about it more on Discord, and I can do some more research if you truly want an additive. But I think your best route for what you're discussing is doing the value with lead and burnt umber. But I can, see how. Please just say, see how. There. All right, Punk Noir streaming. We got to figure out somebody to raid. Babe Ross, Poison Jack. I haven't raided Poison Jackal in a long time. We should raid Poison Jackal, I think. Oh, Jack of all Craps is on too. I haven't done Poison Jackal for a while, so we're gonna raid them. Okay, everybody. Good. Yeah. So I strongest recommendation though is using lead white, and make sure it's an actual lead white. You're welcome, Richards. Dia, thank you so much. Greenbag, I'll see you in hell. Maddie, I'll see you in hell too. You son of a bitch. Omizu, anybody on YouTube, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube, please do. I'm desperate. A sad, desperate mad mud. Thank you, Crack. Yeah, you fucker salt. Crack, if you join my Discord, I will literally answer any questions when I see them, if you have additional questions. So I actually do recommend joining my Discord, even if it's just to ask random questions at different points. Omizu, you have a great night. Hope you got back from work all right. Next stream will probably be Tuesday. And, yeah. Good, Crack. So if you have follow-up questions, please don't hesitate. That goes for anybody. If you have questions that I can answer, I will. And if I need to do research, I shall as well. So, okay. All right, everybody. Existence is suffering. And till Tuesday. See you then.